Cam Heyward sends a chilling message before Steelers vs. Ravens season on the line. Nobody needs to explain what Steelers vs. Ravens means. You feel it before kickoff. You hear it in the pads. And if you're not ready for 4 quarters of pain, this rivalry will expose you fast. With the Pittsburgh Steelers staring straight at a playoff cliff, veteran defensive anchor Cam Heyward has issued a blunt warning, especially to the rookies, ahead of the most important game of the season. Because this isn't just another matchup. This is survival football. Welcome to NFL Snapwire. Let's get into it. The Pittsburgh Steelers enter the final week of the regular season with everything hanging in the balance. One win, and they punch their ticket to the postseason as the AFC North's 4th seed. One loss, and the entire year could vanish in the cold January air. Standing in their way? Their most hated rival. The Baltimore Ravens. A team that stumbled early. A team that reloaded after the bye. A team led by the most dangerous quarterback-running back combination in football. And Cam Heyward knows exactly what kind of night this is about to be. Bring your kick A. Hayward didn't sugarcoat anything when addressing first-round rookie defensive tackle Derek Harmon and the rest of the young players preparing for their first Steelers-Ravens war. His message was raw, direct, and rooted in years of scars. Bring your kick A. We've got a game to play, Hayward said. Derek is well equipped for it, but these games have always been about guys bludgeoning each other. Taking shots. And it always comes down to the 4th quarter. That line matters. Because Steelers-Ravens games aren't won with flash. They're won with endurance. They're won by who still has something left when legs are gone and lungs are burning. And this year, the 4th quarter may decide everything. The Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry problem. Baltimore's entire offense revolves around one terrifying reality: if you get tired, you're finished. Lamar Jackson doesn't just extend plays, he breaks defenses emotionally. Derrick Henry doesn't just run through holes, he breaks willpower. Together, they form one of the most punishing QB-RB duos in the league. But here's the part Cam Heyward is counting on. As the season wears on, and as games grind late, that explosiveness fades. Through 17 weeks, Derrick Henry has his lowest rushing total in the 4th quarter, with just 323 yards. Lamar Jackson, meanwhile, sees his production dip late as well, completing just 39 passes in 4th quarters at a 59.1% completion rate, with the 2nd lowest yardage output of any quarter. Translation? If Pittsburgh can survive the early storm, the numbers say Baltimore becomes vulnerable late. That's why Hayward keeps hammering the same message. This game isn't about the 1st quarter. It's about who's standing in the 4th. A Steelers team running out of margin. The Steelers didn't imagine being here. They opened the season hot, racing to a 4-1 start that had fans dreaming big. The defense was physical. The offense was efficient enough. The identity felt real. Then the cracks appeared. Close losses piled up. Injuries chipped away at depth. Momentum slipped. Still, they stayed alive. And then came Week 14, a statement win at M&T Bank Stadium that flipped the AFC North race upside down. That victory gave Pittsburgh the edge. It gave them belief. And now, it has set the stage for a winner-take-all finale. This time, the battleground shifts to Acrisure Stadium. And that matters. Pittsburgh's house has not been kind to Baltimore. The Ravens have not enjoyed recent trips into Pittsburgh. The last time Baltimore walked out of Acrisure with a win against the Steelers? Week 14 of the 2022 season. Since then, the black and gold have protected home turf with brutality. Historically, the home team leads the rivalry 37-27, and Pittsburgh's crowd has a reputation for turning tight games into psychological warfare. Noise. Cold. Pressure. All of it plays into exactly the type of game Cam Heyward wants. But the Steelers are short-handed. There's one massive problem. Pittsburgh won't be at full strength. Wide receiver DK Metcalf is suspended for 2 games after a sideline incident involving a Detroit Lions fan. That's a major blow to an offense that relies on physicality and downfield threats. Even worse, tight end Darnell Washington, the team's second most productive player at his position, is sidelined with a knee injury. That means fewer weapons, less margin for error, and far more responsibility on the defense. Which circles us right back to Cam Heyward. This is his kind of game. Hayward has lived through every version of this rivalry. He's played in ugly wins. He's survived heartbreaking losses. He's felt seasons end on inches. And he understands something rookies don't yet fully grasp. Steelers-Ravens games aren't decided by schemes. They're decided by pain tolerance. This time, it's different. This time, both teams are playing with their season on the line. The winner claims the AFC North spot. The loser watches January football from home. There's no safety net. Hayward keeps coming back to it for a reason. Baltimore's offense thrives early, when speed and misdirection dominate. But when games slow down, when bodies wear down, when every snap becomes a collision, that advantage shrinks. That's when defensive lines take over. That's when veterans matter. That's when leadership becomes physical. If Pittsburgh can force Lamar Jackson to hesitate late, if they can make Derrick Henry work for every yard, if they can keep the game within one possession, the balance shifts. And Cam Heyward believes that's exactly where the Steelers win. A winner-takes-all ending. This isn't just another chapter in the rivalry. This is history waiting to happen. For the first time ever, the Steelers and Ravens meet in the final week of the regular season with both teams' playoff fate hanging on the outcome. A Steelers win sends them to 10-7, clinching their first AFC North playoff berth since 2020. A Ravens win keeps Baltimore alive at 9-7, ending Pittsburgh's season in the cruelest way possible. There's no hiding from it. There's no easing into it. There's only 4 quarters of violence. Cam Heyward's final message. This is why Hayward's words matter. Because rookies may hear rivalry and think tradition. Veterans hear it and think survival. This one, Heyward has made clear, is going to be an all-out war. And wars aren't won with hype. They're won with endurance. With discipline. With players willing to keep swinging when there's nothing left. Sunday isn't about stats. It's about who still has a pulse late. And Cam Heyward plans to make sure the Steelers do.